Hi, Peter Charles here, Hooked for Life Fly Fishing. And today we're going to tie another green Atlantic salmon fly, the Fluorescent Green Cosseboom by Earl Roberts from Newfoundland. Again, it's a straightforward pattern, similar to some of the other ones I've been doing in the Cosseboom style. And this one, being fluorescent green, I think it'll work just fine for steelhead as well. They always love fluorescent green and chartreuse. So let's get started. My hook is a size 2 salmon single. I'm doing it large for steelhead. My thread is red Vivas. The tag is going to be uni mylar in a small size. The pattern calls for oval tinsel, but I like using mylar for this kind of job. The rest of the tag is going to be uni floss in a Chinese red, and this is a hot red as well. So it gives you an extra little bit of fluorescence. You've got the uni French oval small silver for the rib. The body is uni floss in the hot green. Again, it's a fluorescent color. The rib is squirrel tail. And we've got yellow saddle hackle for the hackling. So let's get started. Stop just short of the hook point. We'll tie in our mylar. And like my other patterns, what I'm going to do is tie the floss tag over the mylar to help keep the color true. And it'll help add a little sparkle when it's wet. Just get that out of the way. Okay, now for the floss, for our tag, the Chinese red. And we'll tie in our rib. Now for our floss, and you can see that I put it in a bobbin just to help me dispense it more easily, because when you are dispensing large amounts of floss, it's hard to get the length correct. You could run short. We're going to make 3 passes to fill up that space between the return and the bump that's created from tying in all our material. So we start in front of the bump. Come up on the return. By making 3 passes, you help to keep that floss green true to its color, because you're putting it over red, and it couldn't lose some of its color if you did a single pass. One of the ways around this, of course, if you want to do just a single pass, is to use white thread. And that way you don't have to worry about whatever color your floss is. It's going to remain true. Now for our rib. I like to use Hackle pliers for the rib. Get it nice and tight. I don't lose my grip on it. Especially when using small. Okay, we're going to make a turn right at the back and then come forward. Clean that up. Now we're going to go down to the wing. We're going to stack it. We'll stack our squirrel tail. And the wing goes about the middle of the hook gape there, so that'll be about where we want our wing. Bind in nice and tight. Your thread to the back. And now for our yellow hackle. You see I cut a tying in point. Grab our hackle pliers and try to fold some of this back so it lays back. Be careful not to break your quill. I always find some of these hackles will fold back easily and some don't, and this is in the don't category. So what we'll do is we'll instead, if you find it's not folding, just sweep it back as you wind on. It's one way to deal with it. Also, sometimes, this one's not bad, but sometimes the cheap hackle also has a lot of twist to it. So when you're winding on, it's trying to turn at the same time. Now we'll just finish the head. This hackle is meant to slant back, so it's a good idea to wrap over it to push it back. It doesn't matter if you build up a little bit of red on the head, because as I've said before, if you're using red thread, let's take advantage of it and make a nice dominant head that the fish will have no trouble seeing. Okay, let's tie this off. And now some head cement. You can see the hot colors there, how they glow under the torch. They'll show up, especially on a cloudy day, they'll show up really well. Okay, there's our fluorescent green Cosseboom. Worked out quite nicely. And, you know, give it a try. I think it'd be good for steelhead as well as Atlantic salmon. Cheers.